What's good, you guys? It's X here, and I'm here to talk to you guys about OFM chatting. If you don't know, chatting is one of the back pillars of OFM, and that's how you grow your model's page from a $0 pending to a 10K pending to 100K pending. Chatting is one of the back pillars, and you need to make sure you lock down on your chatting. So if your chatting is lackluster, or if you're looking for new ways to chat and new innovation to chat, you're in the right place. We have a real-world client example here. This client, she was with us. We grew her page, and she decided that she wanted to try out a different agency, and that was fine. So she tried out a different agency for most of the year of 2025 until she came back with us around 2 weeks ago. These were her statistics when she first came back with us. She was at an $1,800 pending for the week, and then once we took over, we took over on a Saturday, but this was the first full week that we worked on her, from Sunday to Sunday. This was a night we turned her from $1,800 to a $19,000 pending, and then these are also her further stats right now. She's at almost 12K pending right now. Last 30 days, she's made over $34,000. Half of that came from the last week and a half from just being us, and then also she's made over $1 million all time. Most of that was with us. We built up her page from scratch. We got her all the fans. Like I said, she wanted to try out a different agency. That's perfectly fine. Didn't work out. She came back to us, and now we are printing. So how do we do that? As you can see here, we have 1 day earnings. This was on November 25th. We made over $7,000 gross on her page. We also ran a whale for over $3,000 just as well. This was around 3 a.m. in the morning. Overnight chatter was absolutely killing it. So how do we do this, right? First step is we have to know our fan type. There's two different types of fans. There's a short-term fan and there's a long-term fan. Short-term fans are the fans who typically come onto the page. They're already excited. They quickly want to impulse buy. They are responding fast to fast engagement. They are a high urgency fan. Your goal is to convert them into immediate sales before they disappear. You have to remember that there are thousands of creators on the platform, and you are constantly competing with them for these fans' attention. But like I said, your creator, we're gonna go into this later, but your creator holds value. So make the fan the sale. Typically they'll come onto the page asking for a specific thing, asking for a specific type of content. You make the sale. And there's also a long-term fan. These fans are more likely your whales, and these are the loyal subscribers who've been subscribed for months. Usually they value the connection and personality of the girl, so you have to keep up typically with them on the daily, talking to them about their day, talking to them about random things, just to keep up that connection and attention that they desire. That's why they come on the platform. Now these fans also buy repeatedly over time, whether they buy a video call every week, but whether they buy chatting every single day. They're the foundation of the account's monthly income though. So that's why we want to convert all of our short-term fans into the long-term fans, which is essentially mostly our whales, because they keep coming back and they are able to create our high monthly residual income. We don't want short-term money here. We want a high income. So that's why we are going to be able to retain this high $12,000, $19,000 number, because we're creating these long-term fans. Now, how do we do this? We have to recognize our model's value. We have to make sure we don't overvalidate. We control the pace. This is our page. We lead the conversation. We're playful, but we're also selective. It depends also on your model type. You have to know your model. You have to know her niches. You have to know what market she tends to. And yeah, so our first step is going to be a mass message. If you don't know already, mass message is how you get your leads on OF. It's going to be in the top right of the message category. It's going to be a little plus button. You go on there, you send it out to all your fans, or whatever fans script you can select. This is the inflow version, so it looks a little bit different. If you don't know, inflow is a big tool that all agencies use, and that's how a lot of agencies chat with their fans and also keep up with statistics and things. It's made for agencies to help us out a lot better because OF lacks a lot of data, but that inflow is able to show us. So like I said, you send out mass message there, and that's going to be a general question, a statement, a deal, and on this mass message, that's how you're going to get your fans to respond and to message you back. I also do have a list of mass messages that my agency does currently use, that our chatters use. That's how we use to make that 20K pending. If you would like that, you could go ahead and hit me up on Instagram. It's at XAVCORONADO. Link is also going to be in the description as well. Step 2 obviously is reply. You want to build up up towards the sale. So the first message should be something necessarily driving the fan to come into the sale. Second message can be when they reply, they might say, hey, do you want to chat? They say yes. You reply with your chatting message telling them to spend the money and they will get this and that, right? After we get the fan to spend, the most important part, this is how you're gonna make all your money, is upselling. You have to sell exclusivity and a next level premium option. We do not sell lewds for free initially. Once they send that initial money, we typically do not sell them lewds at all. So step 3 is upselling. This is the most important part. This is how you're going to change your client's account from a 2K pending to a 10K pending. Upselling is after we get the initial amount of money, we want to raise the money and the price for a more exclusive option. So what's also important is initially we do not sell lewds for free. We do not sell lewds initially until after the fan upsells. So you have to make sure your client has arousing content that is not typically fully explicit, so that if the fan does not want to upsell, you can still send them the content for the initial reply that you sent. Now the upselling is when we're getting into the more explicit content. After they send this money, that's when you can send the explicit content. But we want to sell exclusivity and arousal, and we have to tease a premium option as well. And this, make sure that these fans know that this is a limited time option. So you have to build a sense of urgency when you're talking to these fans, saying if you tip this amount more right now, then I'll be able to give you this, this, and that, right? You also have to, you can use teasers to increase the fan spending. So if you're teasing them as you're telling them to spend more money, they're going to spend more money. Last step, of course, is deliverance. You have to make sure that all content is delivered to the fan, because if not, all content isn't delivered, then you will get chargebacks on your model's page, and you do not want that. She's going to be mad at you. I promise you. I've gone through this 100 times. You're still able to make this right. You have, the page gives you up to 7 days for you to deliver on the content for the fan. You just have to screenshot it and send it to support, and then they'll overwrite the charge. But yeah, like I said, make sure you guys upsell. If you're sending lewds for the initial price, for the initial purchase, you're doing it wrong. You need to upsell first before you send more exclusive, explicit content to these fans. And that's how we were able to convert this girl's page from an $1,800 pending to a $19,000, almost $20,000 pending in a single week. As you can see, the 23rd to the 30th. Like I said, make sure you guys sending out your mass messages. Make sure you guys are replying with exclusive offers and prices for things that you are selling, and make sure you guys are upselling every single fan no matter what. Make sure you are closing on the fan multiple times. Make sure you are pushing this fan until you are absolutely sure that this fan cannot spend any more. A lot of these guys are undercover and actually do have money. With any type of sales experience or any type of sales job, you have to assume that everybody you're talking to has money, and that's the exact same thing here. So assume all these fans have money, keep upselling, sell exclusivity, sell VIP offers, sell more explicit content, anything you could think of. You want to upsell these fans, and that's how you're going to grow the page from an $1,800 pending to an almost $20,000 pending. Also, last but not least, make sure you deliver on all the content. Do not lack on these girls' content. You have to make sure that every single fan gets at least what they paid for. So if you're selling a content bundle, at the end, if the fan is not going for it, whether or not he went for the upsells or not, you have to make sure that this fan is delivered on all the content. So yeah, like I said, I also have a free mass message list for you guys to use. If you message me on my Instagram, link's going to be down below in the description. I'll be able to send that to you, and let's get it.